everybody. I'd done one of these talky, drivey videos, so I thought I'd do one because, well, the reason I wanted to do one is because I've reached 200 subscribers, which I'm really, really proud of. I did actually get to about 202 at one point, and then I lost a couple, and then went back down. But now I'm at 202 again, so I think I'm pretty well established that I'm at 200 subscribers, and that for me is a big thing, and I'm really, really proud of that fact. I basically want to talk about where I am now compared to where I were a while ago in regards to my collecting, how things have changed, how my view of the whole fandom has changed dramatically. I mean, when I first started doing this, I kind of made out that I was doing it for my lad, and they were doing it for him. But he's kind of fell out with the Transformers thing. He does play with them now and again. We have a few times when we play in his bedroom, and that's where the collection still stays. But unfortunately, he's kind of just not that bothered about him. He'd rather play games and things like that, which is a bit of a shame. But I've kind of embraced it and ran with it, and it's become my passion now and my fandom. And because I've got involved with the Transformers and Such page and helped run that with all the rest of the guys that are on there, that it's become a real part of my life. It's become something that I genuinely enjoy, genuinely look forward to interacting with other people over. When I first started doing this, I never thought that I was going to be getting some decent Transformers. I thought I was going to end up getting just like the scraps and the bits and bobs of other Transformers that are knocking about in the car boot sales, and that's where I'm going today, is a car boot sale. But I have found good stuff on car boot sales, but nowhere near as good stuff as what I've ended up getting more recently. The stuff I've been getting more recently is the stuff from China. Since I made this video, I didn't have any Masterpiece videos. The last time I made one of these videos, I didn't have any of the Masterpiece Transformers. Now I have quite a few of the Masterpiece Transformers and the Wei Jiang stuff, and just recently, because through the fandom, I met a guy called Paul, who's a really, really nice guy. Me and him have done a few trades and things, and I sold him some stuff, and I bought some stuff off him, and he's just got one of the best Transformer collections you've ever seen. It's absolutely incredible. When I thought to myself that I've got a pretty decent collection, and then you see his collection and you think, oh yeah, I'm just I'm just hacking at it. But he has been doing it longer than me, so that's my excuse. But he's got me recently the KBB MP12 Plus, which is the oversized OSKO Bumblebee, Masterpiece Bumblebee, which is bloody lovely, really, really nice. Made of die cast, just a gorgeous thing. And I never thought that I'd be having things like that. I never thought that I'd be having them kind of Transformers. I always thought that I'd be just picking up all the rubbishy movie bots and things like that. Occasionally I have come across people who are selling like nearly full collections on the car boots. Like I picked up like an animated lot not long ago, which was just fantastic. And stuff does crop up now and again. Now and again, you just come across somebody who's just getting rid of all of it, and they just want to just get rid. So yeah, and my collecting has totally changed from what it was, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I've been to my first TF Nation now, my first Transformer convention, and I've still got the band on my arm. And the reason I've still got the wristband on is because I used to go to music festivals back in the day, and I always used to love keeping my band on for as long as possible. Now I kept my band on from Transformers Nation, and because it fitted me, it wasn't tight on my hand. I bet there's hardly anybody that's still got their band on their wrist from TFN, apart from me. wonder if they'll give me a price for it. Probably not. Might ask them. Might send them an email. But I'm going to try. I've already got my tickets booked for TFN this year. The family want to go with me again, which I really enjoy TFN. I think the atmosphere and everything when you're mixing with other people, it's just the whole thing with TFN. What makes it really good in my eyes is the fact that you're with a load of other people who've all got the same kind of interests, and common interests is what makes things good in life. We all have common interests, but like all common interests, people do get at each other and they do argue amongst each other. That's how you get problems in religion and things like that. It's when people get too invested into the common interest, when they don't just take it for what it is and just something that they should enjoy. And you get extremism of views on things. That's essentially what causes all the problems in the world, which is to do with conflicting views on interests. And you can put that to whatever kind of politics and religion and all those kind of things. It's exactly the same bloody thing. Now, I think that the majority of the time when you're at TFN, it's brilliant. It's so good. It's such a good thing to be surrounded by other people, and because I am not as clued up as the other people. Well, I wasn't as clued up as the other people when it came to certain aspects of the fandom. I kind of really looked at it from an outside point of view. It felt to me I was a bit of an outsider when I did go to TFN. But I did get on with a lot of people and just chatted about all sorts of things, and had a good laugh and drank beer and that kind of stuff. I must admit, this year I'm a lot more invested into it. I'm a lot more like involved with the scene. I know the stuff a lot more. I even know like all the things that are coming out, the stuff that's coming out, and what have you. And it's totally different for me compared to how it was before, which was about 2 years ago since I've actually got involved with the fandom. And I feel totally different now. I feel like I'm part of it. I actually feel like I can hold my own when it comes to being there. And because I know a lot of people as well, which is really handy. When I went the first time, I knew about by actual correspondence through emails. I knew about 4 or 5 people that I knew that I could actually chat with. But when I sat down and chatting with a lot of the YouTubers and a lot of the people that go to these kind of things, and I ended up meeting when I'd never even seen his videos and never even met him. I met Zort Rider at a stall, and we had a bit of a chat. Now me and him have sent each other messages, and we always comment on each other's vids, and I love his vids. His vids are absolutely fantastic, so please check his stuff out. He's really nice guy, and he does some really good stuff. He's really into his KO scene, a bit like I am, which is a little bit controversial, but come on, let's enjoy the fandom, yeah? But now this year, I know so many people. I know loads and loads of people that I can have a chat with about all sorts of stuff, and I just with the only thing for me, the exception of what makes what I don't like about TFN, and I'll be absolutely honest about it, is because I'm a tight bastard, is the beer prices. The beer prices are ridiculous. They're talking like £5 for a pint of beer, which is appalling. And that's the only thing for me which I'm not looking forward to, is paying out a lot of money for booze. But the rest of it is going to be great, and I'm going to get a lot more involved with the panels and all the rest of it, and because I didn't really do that last time. And one of the big things, we have I'm not going to say anymore. We might have something. That's it. I'm not saying anymore. I've already said it. So I'm keeping shut. And I wanted to mention a few other things as well while we're here. I hate the films. I've always hated the films. The films for me go as follows. The first Transformer film, Transformers, it's not a bad film. It's a good film. It doesn't try to be anything that it doesn't want to be. It's just about a young lad who discovers his car transforms, and and he enjoys. It's a good film. That's it. We've all seen it. The second one is absolutely shit. It was just cashing in on the fandom. Didn't add anything to the story. Just a piss poor film, really. The third one, which was Dark of the Moon, this one with Leonard Nimoy in. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good film. I think in hindsight, I've watched it after. The structure of the film's really good, and it's not perfect by any means, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But the one that got me, that really irritated me, is the one that they did last, which is The Age of Extinction, which was absolutely woeful. It's such a poorly made film. It's just badly structured, badly acted. It's just not. I don't understand how you can get all the elements and make an half decent film and then make a really poor film. And it just makes me angry that people are still going and paying a lot of money to go to a film like that when it's obvious that it's absolute shit. Now, in a few weeks' time, when I'm posting this video, is the new film coming out, The Last Night, and I've seen the trailers for it. Every single trailer, I've seen, I'm thinking, this looks really good. It looks really good. I hope it's good. Please let it be good. If it's his last film that he's going to be doing, let it be good. Come on, Bay. Just do a decent film. But there's some aspects of it that I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, the big one for me, being a Hot Rod fan, is it having Hot Rod in it. I'm happy with that. Any film that has Hot Rod in is good with me. Even though he's got a French accent, don't know what that's about, well, I'll let it go because Hot Rod looks great. Lamborghini looks bloody lovely. And I'm going to get the toy because I'm a bloody Hot Rod fan, aren't I? So I've got to do that. There's one thing that, because they keep going on about the Megatron. Megatron looks fantastic in it, and Optimus is an evil guy in it, and all the rest of it. But the one for me that I'm more excited about, and what I think, is that they're injecting a good character into it for a change. With Laura Haddock's character, the clips that I've seen of her, she looks brilliant. She looks absolutely fantastic in it, and I'm a big fan of her. I think she's a great actress. But people give her the credit that she deserves. But she looks like she's going to be the funny, tough, sassy character that Mark Wahlberg basically is just going to be the Mark Wahlberg character in it, just doing his usual what? No kind of thing. I hope that she's going to set this thing alight. Plus, it's got Anthony Hopkins in it. I suspect that Anthony Hopkins' part in the film will be brief. It won't be like a massive part of the whole ingredients of the film. But I think she's going to be good. I just want one that's well written. I want somebody to go to Michael Bay and say, Michael, come on, give me a piece of paper. Come on, I'll write the plot for this. We'll make it King Arthur. We'll make it about, and we'll stop putting all this kind of weird stuff in it that you like to do, and we'll just make it a good narrative, just a good story. That's all we want. Just something simple, and it'd work. It'd work really well. Where are all these guys going? So, going back to car booting. This morning, I got up early. It seems like a decent weather. I haven't been car booting in ages because I've been away with work, and then I was away on holiday. And then yesterday, it peed it down. And we had, in my town, we had a women's cycle race, which basically cut the town in half yesterday. So that basically screwed all plans for car booting. And this morning we got Race for Life, which has basically cut the town in half again. So I've had to come I can't go down to the local car boot sale near my house. I've had to come to the one near Matlock, which is not far. You've been on this journey so far. How long have we been driving? 15, 20 minutes, something like that. It's a nice drive. We're in the Derbyshire countryside. You see some beautiful things around here in the morning. So I thought, yeah, I'd just have put my phone on and have a little bit of a chat, a little bit of a waffle. Waffle. One of my things that I really has cemented me in this scene is the TF and Such group that I help run with Chris and Nat and Jez and Joe and Mike and Professor White, and we all enjoyed it. Oh, and Chris from Chef, and we all enjoy ourselves. We all have a good time, and we make sure that the I know the group is we have to kind of keep it strict. We have to make sure that people aren't going on about things that we don't really want to be touching on, politics and religion and basically being dicks. Try and stop that as much as we possibly can. So in the morning when I get up, I turn on my phone, because we're all from around the world. We kind of have a 24-hour watch on the site and make sure that nobody's putting stuff that they should be putting. So sales things and things like that is one of the biggest gripes. So we tell people, don't do sales on here, please. And they go, I've got this for sale. And we're doing really well. We're just coming up to 2,000 members. We have members on the page has been under 2,000 for a while, and it's because we've been actually getting rid of all the members that aren't actually active anymore. And there's some people who are members of groups, but they obviously don't post anything and they've not been active for ages. We just get rid of those accounts and bring it back to the proper numbers of the actual page. So that's why it's not at 2,000 members. But now we've actually cleared all that out, we should break 2,000 in no time at all. We've also put on the page to get rid of spammers and what have you. We've put on the looks good today. We put on questions at the beginning, so that we'll make sure that the people are actually either Transformers or science fiction fandom people, and not robots. So they have to ask a few questions as they're going in. Oh, looks a good one this morning. No, further down. Cheers, mate, thank you. So I have two entrances. I haven't been to this one for a while, so I'm kind of a little bit forgot how it went. £2, bloody hell. Good morning. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good one. Whoops. Right, don't know about you lot, I'm going booting, seeing a few. So I'm back now, and was it a good day? Not really. I did get some one or two little bits and bobs, but not very much, but a few unusual things. I picked up these for £1.50 each, which are really unusual. I've never come across these before. Macaro, it's all in Japanese or Chinese, I can't. Actually, I think it's Korean. I think it's Korean, some kind of Korean weird Korean bot. £1.50 for like this guy who turns into like a some kind of bird, and this guy who turns into robots. They're like cars that turn into robots, which is quite unusual. Like a bit like bot shots, but I quite like the look of them, so I thought £1.50, they're worth picking up. I also picked up a remote control K9, which I've already got a K9, but I haven't got a remote control one. He was £2, so I thought that's worth having. My best deals of the day are I got some sausages and some bacon for £5 for the £5 well, £2.50 for sausages, £2.50 for bacon. So yes, that was my my little jaunt in the car booting. Weather's kind of not exactly fantastic, but hope you enjoyed this. Bit different, isn't it? And thank you very much for all the people who've subscribed and watched my vids. I really appreciate it. It does make me feel a little bit. It makes me feel a little bit happy knowing that some people like my stuff. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.